Welcome back, friends. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe, because today's story is one that moves far beyond celebrity news. It's about two familiar faces, David Muir and Kelly Ripa, and how their bond has become a source of strength in the darkest of times. It's often said that the brightest smiles concealed the heaviest burdens. For David Muir, the trusted anchor of ABC World News Tonight, this truth recently became painfully real. Known for his calm presence during America's most turbulent moments, David now faces his own breaking headline, a cancer diagnosis. Yet this is not simply a story of illness, it's about the unwavering friendship of Kelly Ripa, a woman who has stepped into David's life not just as a colleague, but as his chosen family. A bond beyond the spotlight. To millions, David is the serious journalist guiding viewers through crises. Kelly, by contrast, brings laughter and warmth each morning on Live with Kelly&Mark. But away from the cameras, their friendship runs deep. Kelly once said, "David is the brother I chose for myself." They've traveled together, shared dinners, and talked late into the night about love, work, and family. That bond has lasted decades, which is why her response to his diagnosis felt so raw and so human. In moments like these, fame doesn't matter. What matters is who stays by your side when the world feels heavy. The news that changed everything. For years, David reported on natural disasters, wars, and global health crises. He was always the steady voice, never the subject of the story. That changed when doctors privately told him he had cancer. In the silence that followed, David confided in one person above all others, Kelly. She cried, she listened, and finally she said something that would stay with him forever. "I wish I could take this from you, but since I can't, I will help you carry it." Her words echoed across social media when she later shared them publicly. They reminded millions of viewers of the fragility of life, but also of the courage it takes to stand beside someone through the hardest battles. Kelly's promise. What the public didn't see right away was the vow Kelly made in private. She promised David he would never face this fight alone. She rearranged her busy schedule, cleared space in her calendar, and prioritized his health above all else. Friends close to them say Kelly's support went far beyond words. She cooked meals, sat in waiting rooms, attended appointments, and created a constant sense of stability. This was no longer just friendship, it was family. The anchor who wouldn't stop. Despite his diagnosis, David's instinct was to keep working. "The news doesn't stop, and neither will I," he told Kelly. Even on his hardest days, he pushed himself to deliver the nightly news. Viewers saw the same strong anchor they always had, but few realized how much effort it took. Behind the scenes, Kelly was cheering him on, reading scripts with him, sending messages before broadcasts, and reminding him of his strength. For David, anchoring wasn't just a job. It was a way of holding on to normalcy, a refusal to let illness define him, and Kelly fiercely protected that part of him. Strength in vulnerability. In one of their late-night talks, David admitted something that left Kelly in tears. He told her, "I've covered countless tragedies, but only now do I understand what it feels like to live one, and I couldn't do it without you." For Kelly, that confession was a turning point. It wasn't weakness, it was trust. It proved that her role was vital. She wasn't just a friend anymore, she was his anchor through the fiercest storm of his life. The fight together. Treatment began, bringing endless hospital visits, tests, and fatigue. Kelly stood by him through it all. She learned medical terms she'd never thought about before, figured out which foods comforted him, and used humor to brighten even his toughest days. Meanwhile, David's resilience amazed those around him. On-screen, he remained composed and strong. Off-screen, he leaned on Kelly's steady presence. And quietly, their shared journey began inspiring others. Beyond their story, Kelly's experience as a caregiver changed the way she spoke on her own show. Without ever naming David, she urged viewers to honor the quiet heroes who carry their loved ones through illness. Thousands connected with her words, recognizing their own struggles reflected back. For David, reporting on stories of health and resilience gained a new layer of empathy. His viewers felt it too, a subtle shift that brought them closer to him, not just as a journalist, but as a human being. Even Kelly's husband, Mark Consuelos, played a role. He supported Kelly fully, stepping in at home so she could be there for David. What emerged was not just a friendship between two people, but a circle of care, proof that in times of crisis, love multiplies. At its heart, this isn't just the story of a diagnosis. It's the story of two people who remind us what true friendship looks like: loyalty, sacrifice, and unshakable devotion. David Muir has given the world clarity in its darkest hours. Now Kelly Ripa gives him the same, and together they show us that even in life's fiercest battles, no one has to fight alone.